welcome to my YouTube channel. Well, today I want to talk about Jupiter as it turns retrograde.
Oh yeah.
When planets turn
I'm
retrograde,
very excited about that
they
time.
become more powerful. And especially when they first turn retrograde, right before and right after, this is called stationing. So when a planet stations, all of a sudden it's shifting directions, and in the process, it pretty much stands still. Not exactly, they say planets are always moving, but for the most part, the stationary position empowers
We don't have
planets.
much memory left,
And
so
then when they
quick.
start to move retrograde, then they become sort of chaotic to a certain degree, or they lose their power, or whatever that planet basically is all about becomes a focus in the world and society and in our own lives. Just as you're very well aware of Mercury going retrograde because it goes retrograde so often. But Jupiter goes retrograde once a year. Now, of course, it turns direct at another portion of time, which I'm going to give you these dates and these degrees, because these are the most important things I want you to focus in on. So remember, a planet is never truly retrograde, but it's retrograde from the vantage point of how we see it from geocentric, from Earth.
Can you please show me that video?
So a planet in our passing or in as we orbit around the sun.
There's nothing permanent.
It's like it appears to go backwards as we gain.
You're already lying to me.
Our transit or our
You're already lying to me right there.
Relative to that
Why am I
planet.
supposed to even look more and deeply in you?
It really has
Can't do this anymore.
a major effect astrologically. That's why I want to bring this up, because this month of July, Jupiter is stationing, and it will finally turn into retrograde motion by July 28th.
No.
So this whole month, pretty much, Jupiter is going to be around the same degree, which is its stationing degree, that it actually moves in its backwards movement by July 28th at 14 degrees of Pisces. Now, always remember, I'm a Vedic astrologer. I am talking about the sidereal zodiac, not the tropical western. And even when you're making comparisons to where the planets are in the heavens, you've got to be looking at your sidereal positions, not the tropical used in Western, because this is in a whole entire system in and of itself. And it is, I must say, the true placements of where the planets are astronomically, according to astronomy. These are the true placements. So looking at Jupiter turning retrograde, it's going to be stationing retrograde at 14 degrees of Pisces. Now, if you have any planets at 14 degrees of Pisces, or your ascendant or your midheaven, you're in luck. Because the stationing planet is all powerful. It is 10 to, there's been no statistical studies on this, but I always say it's 10 times more powerful when it's at its station. I don't know if it's 10 to 100 times more powerful. All I know is it creates results when you have a planet that it is aspecting. Now, Jupiter, that would mean conjuncting any planet at 14 degrees of Pisces. It would mean it's casting its light to 14 degrees of Virgo, because that's the opposing sign. So 14 Virgo and 14 of Pisces, and Jupiter casts trines. That's its full body in full power effect aspects. What are the trinal positions? That would mean if you have any planet at 14 degrees of Cancer or 14 degrees of Scorpio, you're in luck. Jupiter sends its powers of expansion and opportunities. And even in the Vedic system of